Gypsy Rose Blanchard is thinking back on her mother, Dee Dee Blanchard's positive traits, who passed away in 2015. Her daughter worked with her online boyfriend, Nick Gojon, to plan her death. Gypsy is still getting used to life outside of prison, yet he is still serving a life sentence. What good memories does she have of Dee Dee then? For additional information, continue reading. Gypsy Rose Blanchard remembers her mother's positive side. Nearly 9 years have passed since Nick Gojon fatally stabbed Dee Dee Blanchard. Gypsy Rose Blanchard began to think that this was her only option after years of being her mother's Munchausen by proxy victim. She brought Nick on board, or his transform into Victor, to assist in committing the crime. Gypsy was given a 10-year prison sentence for the abuse she had endured, yet she only served 85% of that time. While incarcerated, she became engaged to Ken Urker. However, their engagement was called off, and she later married Ryan Scott Anderson. She and Ryan have called it quits after her release. She's completely changed, and now she and Ken are back together. Gypsy also shares a residence with her stepmother, Christy, and father, Rod. Even though she considers Christy to be her mother, she is still in mourning for her deceased mother. She took some time to remember Dee Dee and their wonderful times together, as Mother's Day was just over. Gypsy shared nice recollections on a TikTok, according to Us Weekly. Gypsy was careful to disable comments because she didn't want anyone to give her a bad review. She also advised her followers to speak their minds on her on their own channels. The bad vibes didn't appeal to her. Secondly, it does not go without notice that my own biological mother is not here to celebrate Mother's Day, and what I choose to feel on Mother's Day regarding my own mother is that I think the best of her. The writer began her eulogy to her late mother after writing that. Despite Gypsy's observation that Dee Dee had numerous shortcomings, she decides to recall the positive. I choose to remember her for the positive things that I genuinely believe existed in her heart. I pray that Mom is in heaven and that, in some small way, I have lived up to her expectations by growing up, being independent, and picking up life lessons from my experiences. If you remove the mental illnesses my mother experienced, it makes you perfect in heaven. Therefore, I believe what's left is a kind person. Respecting others, Gypsy, in addition, Rose Blanchard took the time to acknowledge Christy Blanchard, her stepmother, who has supported her ever since her arrest. She also expressed her devotion to Ken Urker's Raina Williams' mother. She concluded by recognizing Aunt Vicky, a family friend who has undoubtedly also served as a mother figure. Gypsy concludes by saying, "I will remember the good that was inside of her," as she prays for Dee Dee. People will undoubtedly feel conflicted about this, and with good reason, but Gypsy is free to feel the way she does. What are your thoughts on the letter Gypsy Rose Blanchard wrote to her late mother? Do you believe it was sincere, or is she still unable to accept the seriousness of what transpired? Tell us in the comments section below.